Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to 2025, 2026. Oh Lord, the first budget of 2026. Y'all, we're out here doing things. And can I tell y'all, I'm telling y'all anyway, because what you gonna do, right? But listen. So here I am out here trying to do all the things, think I got it all together. And guess what? I don't have it all together. I have already made a mistake on my budget, and that thing hit me like a ton of bricks today. And I was like, you know what? This is not God's plan for my life. It is not his plan for me to start off wrong. So what I'm going to do is try to make this thing work out. So if you would like the video, chime in, let me know who's here, share, subscribe, do all the things. Hey, Miss Kathy. Hey, Tiff. Good to see y'all. All right, y'all. No, I got to have the glasses. Sorry, can't see. Should have put my contacts in. It cost me enough. Praise the Lord. I'm glad you guys are here. But listen, so I was just saying to myself before you guys chimed in that I've already made a mistake on my budget. And I hate that. Hey, Angela, good to see everybody. Hey, Miss Helen, good to see y'all. I did not intentionally make a mistake, but I did. And fortunate enough for me, I had not gone to the bank to get cash out yet. So I was able to reverse the mistake, kind of, sort of. So y'all just stick with me. But this is what it is, right? 2026 is a big year for Shakima. My plan is to save $20,026. How I'm going to do it, I don't know. Hey, everybody. Good to see y'all. I'm so glad you all are here. I don't have a clue yet how I'm going to do it. I'm just trusting and believing the Lord that it's going to work. I do know that this year I have a lot of people that have been asking me to do videos. I'm sending out my rate cards and they're either going to sponsor a video or I won't be videoing for them because my time is valuable. I try my best not to cost people money. But listen, this is the only way that, some people are doing a sponsored video every video, right? So that has to be a means for me to make some money. I just had a company reach out asking me for my rate card. And so I'm going to make sure that it is together and ready to go. So when offers come, I'm done. Boom, boom, boom. Just send it out. Yes or no. That's their choice. Happy New Year, everybody. Indeed, Miss Sue. The other thing is, there was something else I was going to say. I forgot. It is left my mind, but that is okay. All right. So y'all know with this, when I'm streaming from YouTube, I can't show you my budget sheet. I'm very sorry. The computer, though, is coming, and that's where I made the mistake, right? So let me talk about the computer very quickly. Hey, everybody. Good to see y'all. This is what I made my mistake. So several weeks ago, I bought a new laptop thinking that that was going to solve my streaming problem. Well, it didn't solve the problem. I tried the new laptop. It kept dropping the stream, kept dropping the stream, kept dropping the stream. So somebody mentioned, well, why don't you take it over to the computer shop to see if they can, tell you? So I was like, yeah, that makes good sense. So I needed to take the, so I bought it. I bought the computer. I had cash, but again, I'm trying to get points. So I used my credit card in order to be able to get points. And then I paid the charge off with the cash, right? Make the purchase, pay it off with the cash. I'm trying to build the points. And so when I bought the laptop, the lady said, you have 15 days, you can bring it back. So, okay, fine. I'm just going to live with this. Maybe I need to buy another laptop, right? Good thing I didn't do that because I'm like, you can't be buying a laptop every week. What is going on? So I took it over to the computer place. And again, this is how I messed up the budget. So y'all just follow me. This story is linked to the budget. So I went there. They diagnosed the problem. They said your gigabytes of RAM is not enough to catch up with the internet. So I only had 4 gigabytes of RAM. They said you need at least 16. So when I looked at my receipt for the laptop I had just bought, I was on day 14. And the lady said I had 15 days to bring it back. So I was on day 14. So I came home, factory reset that laptop, put it back in the box. I had my receipt, took it back. And the lady said, do you want this to go back on your credit card? I said, yes, ma'am. So she put it back on the credit card because I'm going to buy a new laptop that's 16 gigabytes of RAM on the credit card, right? To absorb the cost. Here's why I made the mistake. So I knew I was getting back $200+ from that I paid $189 plus tax, blah, blah. $201 is what I was getting back on the credit card. The laptop that I picked with the 16 gigabytes of RAM was $299. So it was like $110 more that I would have to come up with. Trandon sent me $50. And so then it was only $60 that I had to come up with. So I knew putting that money back on the credit card that it was going to absorb the cost of that price, that $299, at least $201. And then Trandon sent $50. So I was only going to have to pay like $60, $70 once you include tax. Went to look at my credit card statements today to make sure that that money had transitioned in and the new laptop had transitioned off, and I put it on the wrong credit card. So where the credit is sitting on a credit card that has a zero balance. It now has the bulk of that $200 and some is sitting on that credit card, just waiting for me to buy something because they're not going to give me my money back. And where I bought the laptop is sitting on my other credit card that doesn't have any credit attached to it, that doesn't have any overage attached to it. I don't know how I got my wires crossed with the credit cards. Hey, Miss Wanda. And so y'all, when I saw that today, my whole heart was broken because I didn't have the $320 or whatever it was to cover the cost of the laptop. So I'm like, Shakima, think, how can you fix this? So I'm looking at one credit card that has $200+ on it that's credited back to me because I don't have a balance on there. And then I have another credit card that has $300 and some that I got to figure out now how to pay. So here's what I came up with. And this is why it's so important to look at your budget. I needed to take out grocery money. I was going to the bank. So I stopped at the post office. Then I was going to the bank to withdraw money. And then I was going to the gym. So when I sat at the post office, I looked at my credit card and I realized, okay, I haven't taken out my grocery money and I haven't taken out my gas money. Between those two items this month is $300. So I said, boom, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that $300 and I'm going to put that on my credit card. Now, don't be alarmed, friends. So that took off a big chunk of that new laptop, $300. So I only have a little remaining balance, which I'm going to pay no problem. But on my other credit card, I have a credit to me of $200. So if I do $37.50 a week in gas and $25 for groceries or whatever I'm doing, if I do it 4 weeks, that $200 will be absorbed. Does that make sense? So I won't have an overage on my credit card. I just have to be mindful of what I'm buying. So I stay, I don't know if I could do that. I was kind of thinking, but that was too many steps for my brain because I was like, could I do it? I wasn't sure. And then the other reason why I didn't do it is because they're not due at the same time. So my one credit card that has the overage on it now, that's due by Sunday, right? That's due by Sunday. And so if I had transferred that balance, I still would have had to pay the overage by Sunday. My other credit card is due like on the 13th, 14th, something like that. So if I ride it out just a couple more weeks, just that last little bit of a balance that's there, I'll be able to absorb that with child support, no problem. So, but I was thinking about the transfer and situation, and I was like, there's too many steps for me right now. I'm just going to do it this way. So I went ahead and took the grocery money and the gas money and put it towards the credit card, knowing that I have $200 credited back to me on the other credit card. And that'll get me gas and groceries for the next couple weeks. So I'm not going to stress over it. I did not plan to make that mistake, but I also didn't plan for the laptop not to work either. And I don't know why when I was asking Restream, like, how can I fix this? Why they didn't say anything about the gigabytes of RAM. Because if they had said that, because I had many chats with them, I could have, cut this off at the pass. With the last laptop I bought, I could have got the RAM, but we didn't have that conversation. And so I'm thankful though that the computer people were able to tell me, because they let me log into one of their computers that had 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I didn't have any trouble with anything dropping, no problems at all. And the guy said, that's a problem. Your computer is not fast enough for the speed, the download speed. Like, I wasn't missing anything with the internet, but it wasn't fast enough to catch up to the streaming. So I ordered the laptop, and prayerfully, it says it's supposed to be between Tuesday and Friday of next week. So we're going to see. It was in Tennessee today when I checked the tracking. So prayerfully, it'll be here, and that will solve the internet problems. Now, this computer problems, this computer that I'm using right now, when Jackson goes, he's going to take this laptop. So it's my smaller one that I got for Christmas last year from the kids, which of course is still not enough to stream. So this is what we're going to use for Jackson when he goes off. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Is it choppy? Y'all let me know. It's probably for the same reason, that it's not enough streaming. It's not enough gigabytes to stream. So I'm sorry, y'all, if it's coming over a little bit choppier than I would like it. All right, back to the budget now. Okay, so my deposit came in $3,522.06. So last year, they stopped paying us early in December. Typically, what would happen is they would pay us the last working day of December, which was like a week or two before the end of the month. Well, somebody came in and said, no, that's against the rules. They can't do that. So they have to pay us at the end of December. So typically when we got paid earlier, it was a 6-week delay before I would get paid again in January. This is better, but it does cut into your Christmas money, right? Because they were trying to make it so people could have extra Christmas money, but whatever. It's really not extra because it's for January. So I need to put something up here. Wait a minute. I need to put one more thing in that I forgot. Praise the Lord. Okay. So my paycheck was $3,522.06. Then the middle of last month, somebody sent me $40 with a note that says extra principal payment to your mortgage. So I knew I was going to pay the mortgage now. So I just held on to that. And so I put that $40 in. That gave me a total income of $3,562.06. Now, my mortgage is $1,122.11. I ended up paying $1,190 total. I added on $27.89, which is what I usually pay to make it $1,150. And then that beautiful friend sent the 40. And so I actually was able to pay $67.89 over to the principal of my mortgage this month. And I almost forgot to pay my bills yesterday because it was the first of the year. It was the first of the month and it was a holiday. So about 5 or 6 o'clock, it dawned on me, get your laptop out and pay your bills. So I was able to put $67.89 extra towards the principal this month. Now, I also looked at my mortgage, what I owe versus what it says my house is worth, my value, what is appraised at right now. Y'all, if I were to pay off my mortgage, there would be a significant amount of profit that I would be able to then have to put towards the purchase of a new home. That is not in the works right now. But what I do plan to do is once the Lord connects me with my kingdom spouse and we marry, I will sell this house and then take that out and then put it towards a house for us to have together. I don't expect anybody to come and live with me, and I don't want to go live with them. I want us to have something that we create together. I'm not saying that'll be right initially, but that's my plan, is to sell this house and take the profit out and put it towards the sale of the purchase of a new home. That's our together home. So anyway, I was proud of me because I've paid a good amount in just 9 years. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for allowing us to get to that point, right? So praise the Lord. My utilities was 154.04. That was a little bit higher this month than it was last month. Last month was like 121. So I'm like $33 over this month. But it is cold here. So that could be the problem. The next thing was my water bill, $71.54. That was lower because last month it was $80. So $71.54. I went ahead and paid the cell phone bill at $50. I always like to give Shamika a little extra because I do her through Cash App, and I want to make sure that she doesn't have to pay that little fee. You know, when you do Cash App and you withdraw, there's a fee. I know it's not $5 whole, but I like for her to just kind of have that because Jackson sends his too, and she got to do a little fee. So it just covers me and Jack. My internet was $55. It's holding strong. I have until October. Then I need to call back and say, hey, what kind of specials y'all got running? So, because I was over like 99, then it was going up more. You know, it was getting ready to go up again to over 100. And when I called, the lady was like, well, let me see what we can do. And they gave me the $55 rate. Listen, should have gave that to me in the first place. Been with y'all a long time. Why you tripping? But anyway, so I've done that. Moving down on this budget sheet. I'm sorry y'all can't see this, but it has the share option, but it doesn't let me share. I don't know why. My Roth IRA, my second Roth. This is not my work Roth. I have a Roth. I have a 401k through work. This is something separate, but we put it on auto draft for $75 to come out. I know that's not enough. Y'all, I wish I could put the full, I think it's like $500 a month or something. You know, I don't have that extra to put into my retirement right now. I'm still going to be working after I retire anyway. I'll be 52 years old when I am eligible for retirement, and I won't be able to draw it for another 10, 15 years. So I'm going to still be working. Maybe by then I'll be able to have something extra to pour towards it. But right now, that's just not my testimony. Moving down, here's where I made this transition. So because we're going into a pantry challenge, I just took out, I had allocated $150 for groceries. I figured that would be enough just to get some basic things to go ahead and use up what we have. Y'all, I think we have 4 Costco chickens in our freezer. That doesn't include the 10 whole chickens that are in my other freezer. We got to use this food. And so $150 for the groceries is what I allocated. Monthly preps was $50, but I did pull that money out to do our New Year's brunch. Yesterday, we hosted some people in our home. You'll be seeing a video of that coming out very soon. And I needed to pick up a few things for those people coming to our home. So I did pull out the $50 for that. Scrolling on down, personal care. Yes, I am still getting my hair, my nails done. They have grown out tremendously since I got them done in December. And it is just time to get them redone. And I'm going to get my pedicure as well. That usually cost me about $90. I didn't tip. So that whole $100 is what I generally just go ahead and do. That's a personal self-care item. Here's the thing about budgets, right? Oh, thank you so much. We had a good time. The food was good. Everything worked out. The kids helped. It was all great. But here's what I think a lot of us don't do. I'm guilty. Because I have bills, because I had kids, because I had debt, and whatever the case, I never did anything for myself. I even started shopping at Goodwill because I didn't want to take money away from my kids to buy me things, right? I could just take the second hand or whatever. At some point, once I got my debt paid off, I figured, hey, you deserve one thing, Shakima, if one thing. And sometimes I don't get my feet done. I just do my nails, right? It just depends on what the month is looking like. So I'm getting my nails and my feet done. It makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel like a woman. I'm in my soft girl era right now. I'm out here trying to be found. I'm outside. It's all the things. And so because I know people would say, well, you could put that towards your savings. I could, but for right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to self-care for me. and it's going to make me feel better. My self-confidence will be on top of the world. And when the Lord, not if, I got to change my words, when the Lord is ready to connect me with my kingdom spouse, I'm going to be out here looking fabulous. Okay. That's all I got to say. I get my hair done about every 2 to 3 months. I get my color redone. I kind of let it grow out a while, and then I get my color redone because I am really trying to attract, right? That's the thing. I know that seems, I even feel bad saying that, being a preacher of the gospel, because, I feel like we ain't supposed to have nobody, the people don't want you to have nobody, or they don't tell you how to date in the church. I don't know. But I am hoping that someone is attracted to me. And you got to do those types of things. So I'm just saying self-care is a thing. Care for yourself. Now there's a thing as spending too much. Don't do that. But self-care is necessary. My P.O. box, I haven't put any money in that, but it does come due January 31st. It's $94. I think it went up again. So I do have to pay the $94 for the P.O. box, which I will pay. I will pay that the end of January. One thing that I know for sure, my Amazon Prime is going to come due January the 18th. My friend who, she gifts that to me once a year because I do her ordering for her. I've saved in that account enough to cover it. So when that transition happens and that's already paid and she's taking care of it, that money that's in there, I can move that towards the P.O. box. The reason I keep the P.O. box is I get a lot of reviews come there, with these porch pirates and different things. It's easier to have it sent. Thank you so much. It's easier to have it sent to the post office because they can house it for me than to have it here and run the risk of somebody snatching it, grabbing it, or whatever, because people are desperate. There's a lot happening and people are desperate, and I want to make sure that nothing that's supposed to come in gets stolen. So there's enough money in there to cover the P.O. box renewal. I'm saving it right now just in case something happens, but I'm saving it. And if something does happen, then I will just pay it with that. But it should be fine. It's worked out every year. I do have some supplements that I need to get. I did not get those just yet. The place where I go has been closed, so I'm hopeful they're open on Monday. I'll go Monday. But on Monday, right, go back to what we talked about, budgeting and getting all your coins. So on Monday, I go for my mammogram. And because I have supplemental insurance, I have what's called a medical bridge. I have what's called a short-term disability, and I have a cancer policy. Those policies will pay out what do they call it? They pay you to go and get your preventative care done, right? So I'm going to get my mammogram, and I should be able to recoup from that on Monday $350. After I tithe off of that money, whatever is left, which I typically would buy me something fun or take the kids out to eat or whatever, and then I would, but all that money after I do my tithe is going to go into savings, because we're getting serious. $20,000, $26 is a lot of money, and I got to get this money saved some type. Yes, it's my benefit. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The benefit for getting all of the things, preventative, all of the things. There are certain things they will pay for. They will also pay for doctor's office visits, which I try to make sure I get all 5 of my doctor's office visits between me and the kids, right? And so don't forget those benefits. Go back and check to see what you have. For years, I never knew I got a benefit. Was sitting in a meeting one day and the guy was like, don't forget your benefits. I was like, what is this benefit thing? And he told me, if you go to the doctor and you get your mammogram, you get your pap smear, you get your annual blood work or whatever the case is, then they will pay you a benefit for getting your care. And I'm getting all my stuff. Also, my flexible spending card renews January. So where I was going to get Jackson's teeth done, I'll be able to do that and perhaps pay for my supplements. I don't know if the flexible spending card will do it, but I'm going to try to see if it will do it. So I'm trying to save as much of my physical money as I can by using other things. Moving down, Jackson will get $100 in his savings. Christmas is over, so now we're back to putting money in savings. Gwen and Grace, I have $150, but they're gonna get 90, and here's why. 60 of those dollars I used to pay on my credit card because I gave Jackson $60 cash from my Christmas money to buy them food. I had to go somewhere. My grandmother's funeral. So I had to go to the funeral. So he bought dog food. My sister took him to get dog food and he used his cash. And I had some Christmas money. And I said, did you do cash or did you do it from your card? He said, I did cash, Mom. So I took $60 of my cash and gave it to him. And then $60 from that dog fund, I just put towards a bill. Okay. So they have $90. That's enough to get their heartworm, flea, tick treatment for the month. So that's enough for them. Gas, that $150 for gas for 4 weeks. Again, I took that and put it towards that purchase of the computer, but I have money on that other credit card to take care of gas. So if I need gas right now, I just have to go use my credit card and I can get whatever amount of gas I'm going to get. What else did I take out? Okay. Here's where I made some changes. Now, I know there are certain people on here who do not agree that I tithe. I get that. I understand. It is my religious conviction. It's my personal conviction. So I tithe, whether you like it or not. So $634 went towards tithe. That goes to my local home church. The next category down is where I offer, with offering. Every month last year, I did $317, which was half of my tithe. So I did that to a specific ministry. And I had a conviction, a conviction to do it, to send it to a specific ministry. I have been asking the Lord, is that lifted from me now, or am I still there? So what I did this month was, instead of sending $317, I sent $100. So $100 was broken up into two places. I sent a certain amount here and a certain amount here. That $217 that was left from that $317 that I typically would send, I put that in my savings account. So I'm starting off 2026 January with, I had $100 in my savings account and I put $267 in there now. So my total savings as of right now is $367. That's still $19,000 away from my goal, but I've gotten started. My plan is, if I were able to take $217 times 12 months, that's $2,400 plus, right? To be able to put towards the savings. Unless the Lord says different and he tells me to go back and do the way I was doing it, that's going to be a portion of savings. The other portion, because I only have $500 in for my savings category, if I go over, praise God. The other part of that is, in my regular paycheck, the credit union is pulling out $800 every month to go towards my summer months. I plan to take the extra $2,000 that I'm not used to having in the summer to put towards my sinking funds, and then any extra and overage towards the savings, right? Because I'm looking at, that's $4,000 that I don't usually have in the summer that I'm going to do some stuff with, and then whatever's left, dump it into the savings account. So all in all, I've spent $3,096.58. That leaves me with $465.48 left to allocate. I still have some things, gym, the Healthways gym, Jackson's gym, any amount of sinking funds haven't come out. The dog stuff haven't come out. My supplements haven't come out. So there's still things that need to come out of that $465. And I got to make sure that I didn't miss anything, because Rachel's not here and I can't show you my screen. Rachel usually be on it for me. But I need to make sure that I didn't forget anything. And what I usually do is just kind of let the money sit until all the bills have cleared. And then I kind of go back and figure out what I did or didn't spend. One thing I'm not doing, which I was close to tonight, there's no eating out. Sister stopped for something to eat. So that was like, well, you ain't got to cook. You can just stop too. There is no eating out. No, ma'am, Pam, Sam. Now, tomorrow, I have a thing that I have to go to with my sister and a friend of mine. I will bring something for that. I will bring a dish to that. But for me, going out, just randomly stopping through the drive-through because I don't want to cook, not a thing, for two reasons. One, I don't want to spend the money on it, because if you spend $10 every day for 30 days, that's $300 you just spent eating out. There have been some months when I've had to eat out multiple times. It's not a thing, not doing it. So I don't want to spend the money. And the second thing is, I'm on a health journey. I've got 35 pounds I've got to lose. I've got to lose 35 pounds. My glucose was up. My cholesterol was down, but it's still not where the doctor would like it. And I'm just carrying around unnecessary weight. So because of that, I'm not randomly spending. I'm going to do my very level best. Y'all, for me to put $267 in my savings account was a blessing from the Lord. Now, I haven't gotten in any child support, anything like that. So we haven't even, I haven't done a lot of other things, which I'll still be able to save. I only have $68 left to pay off my credit card, because that was the extra overage from the computer. After that, I don't owe anything, which between gas and groceries, it was $300. I got $200 on the credit card. So as child support comes in, I can pull another $100 to make up the $300 to make sure that I don't miss anything. Between groceries and gas. No, ma'am, I did not get an invitation to that. So yeah, I didn't get an invitation. I haven't gotten a lot of invitations lately, but that's perfectly fine. My time is just so slim right now. I know it seems like I would have more time because Jackson doesn't really need me. Sister don't really need me, but I've got some other things going. My Poshmark closet is up. I don't have everything in there, but I have some stuff. I have all my pictures taken. So I'll be adding in my clothing. I have shoes in there, but I'll be adding in clothing items over the next few days. So that Poshmark closet, if you're looking on Poshmark, is Shakima_Wilson3. And you should be able to see what's in there if you're interested. If you're not, it's no problem. Won't hurt my feelings. But at least it's out there somewhere, right? It's never going to make me any money sitting in my closet. So I've got to begin to put stuff out there, figure out how I can make these coins. And again, the biggest thing is going to be in sponsored content. If you want me to do your video, sure, I'll be happy to for this fee. And I know people who charge a lot of money. I ain't even on that level because I know my life, right? The algorithm is algorithming. So I'm going to do my level best. I hate that y'all couldn't see the budget sheet, but trust me, in the next week or so, I will have my computer situation fixed and y'all will be able to see all of the things. But I say, keep doing what you can do. I know I do have this 100 challenge envelope binder that I'm going to try to use this as well to save whenever I have loose dollars. And I know it can draw interest in the bank, because some people say, well, Shakima, you can put that money in the bank and it will draw interest. Of course it will, but it's still going to draw interest once I make a deposit, right? So it's not like, the interest will be there either way. If I do it slow, or if I do it after this right here by itself, envelopes 1 through 100 is $5,050. So this just by itself would be a quarter of the savings. So I got to do my level best to get here, right? I got to do my level best. And so I'm going to keep plugging away. I'm going to keep chugging away at it. And that's the best thing I know how to do. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate you. And I encourage you all. I'm going to be giving updates over time as to how much I've saved. And if we have any bumps in the road or whatever, because there are things that will come up. I'm traveling in the next little bit. I know I'm going to be traveling. I have a couple pastors trips that are coming up. So I know that's going to cost me some things. But as long as I can get some savings in and I'm ahead, I won't feel bad. And I'm earning my points, right? Purchasing and earning my points. So I won't feel bad about going on those trips. Although I plan to be selective. I know I have a woman's trip for sure. Titus 2 is doing a retreat this year. And my birthday is this year. My birthday is next month. So I'll be 50. So we're going. And we're going to celebrate with those ladies and have a big 50 bang blowout situation way later after my birthday, but it'll still be good. So if I'm unable financially to go, that's fine. I just won't go. But I am preparing for that. Does that make sense? And then when I get to my summer months, I'm going to be able to really allocate. I'm taking Christmas money out of that summer money so I don't have to worry about Christmas next Christmas. So I think my last check, I'll take $1,000 out and put that towards Christmas. That's a sinking fund. I'll just put it in that account and leave it there. Don't have to worry, right? Like I did this year, trying to piecemeal it together. So I've got a plan. I just need to make sure that I can see the plan through. I don't want to live like I'm a pauper, but I don't want to keep living like I'm the princess of the palace and I don't have extra. Anything could happen at any time. You need to have a cushion. All of us need to have a cushion. Dave Ramsey talks about that. Other gurus talk about that. One appliance, nice. One appliance going out, one car repair, one household something, anything. One being my birthday is February the 5th. One illness, any of those types of things. That's why he says have 3 to 6 months worth of savings saved up. At the bare minimum, I need 3 months of savings just in case. And I don't have enough